Hello everyone, today we are going to be filming a autumn winter makeup tutorial. This is kind of the look that I have been doing on most of the days during a week. I find that in comparison to in summer, where, let's be honest, we're all a little bit more tanned and our skin's looking a little bit more glossy and fresh, when autumn winter rolls around, my skin gets hella dry, like really freaking dry. I like to kind of give myself a little bit more life because my skin often looks a little bit dull, so giving it a fresher look and getting those autumnal eyes and lips. But in most of the mornings I don't really have that much time, so I try and stick to something that's super easy, and I have found a go-to look that works for me that I do in literally 15 minutes. It takes me really quick, so there's no like intensive contouring and false lashes. It's just a really easy go-to autumnal look, and I really enjoyed, and I hope that you guys too. I can't really get my words out today, can I? I really enjoyed, and I hope that you guys do too. If you do enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to join the Sab fam. If you're not part of our little family already, I would really appreciate that. So I have already put moisturizer on my face. My skin is just, as I was saying, so dry. And I've used the, I think it's B, which is like this one of Superdrug's brands, just their day cream. And then I also like to use like just like a mist to really give myself a little bit of freshness. And this is the Ginseng Energy Boosting Treatment Lotion Mist from Origins. I really like this. It's zesty orange fresh, and although orange is the color of the season, and I really love this, and I just spritz it all over my face. Okay, well, there goes the lid. We'll have to get that a little bit later. I swear, like, me doing makeup videos is definitely a danger to my room and carpet. I really want to move somewhere where I've got a filming room, or just work out a better filming setup, because filming on my bed kind of works for hauls, but when it comes to makeup tutorials, your girl just don't know. So then we're going to go in with the Maybelline Face Studio Anti-Redness Primer. I recently bought this because I went away and I forgot to pack a primer. Usually I use the Catrice anti-redness one. I just use this because I do get quite a lot of redness, and I find that I like to set my foundation, and jokes, I like to prime my face before I put my foundation, just because this always happens to me. And leave a comment down below if this happens to you. I'll wear something out when it's really cold and like a warm puffer or whatever. By the time I get indoors, I'm like super hot and like getting everything off, and my face goes so flushed and red. So I feel like this really helps with that. Just kind of focusing it on the areas where I get most of my redness, and at the moment my skin is not great. It's kind of blending this in with my fingers, just because I feel like with this product that works best for me. I like end up with the most of it on my face. This way doesn't get stolen by the brush or by the blender. I don't know how selfish those can be, stealing all the product. Just pressing that into the skin and not really rubbing it like a cream, just pressing it into the places where I want it to stay. Bang bang bish bosh, boom. Next, I was thinking, I'll just zoom you guys in a little bit more. Hey, I feel like maybe that's a little bit too close. I have been using, which I found to be really good, the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Normal to Oily Skin Foundation, and this is in the shade 220, which is kind of like my more toned shade, but I often do fake tan, but I don't have any on today, but we're gonna use it anyway because I'm a rebel. We are gonna be mixing that with a little drop of this PS Pro foundation, which actually looks like it got hit by freaking like the makeup bomb. It's so disgustingly dirty and cracked, but I bought this a while ago when it was winter and it was way too light for me. Like, who knows why I bought porcelain shade foundation, but this is really good to like make something slightly less dark. So I'm just going to be mixing these two together and just popping it all around my face, and then blending that in with a beauty blender. Cool, yeah, so that just went like all over the bed. I told you guys I was a hazard. Today I'm actually going to start blending this in with this Real Techniques oh my, I'm going to be blending this in with a Real Techniques blending brush guy thing. I'm not a brush pro, but I'm going to use this to spread it around my face, and then I'm going to like blend it a little bit more with a beauty blender. I just feel like that works quite well with this foundation. Sorry if you guys do see a white light behind me over there. It's my filming light because it's so dark today. It's literally like the darkest, most autumnal appropriate day for this makeup look that you have freaking ever seen, and I wanted to film with natural light so badly. I way prefer that for makeup, but it's very difficult because the lighting changes a lot and it's like a very blue tone. So if you do see the light behind me, apologies for that. Okay, now that we have got on some foundation, forgot what that product was, we're gonna pop on some concealer. I'm just gonna be using the Revolution Conceal and Define concealer, which has kind of been my go-to concealer since it came out. The shade that I'm using is shade C4. I use this one and shade C3 as well. Sometimes mix them together, or I just vary them depending on how my tan is looking. Getting them nice and concealed. I don't know why, but I just feel like in these like this autumn weather, my skin just is so lifeless, and so I just want to brighten up my under eyes and make me look a little bit more awake. And again, I'm just blending this out with my beauty blender. It's really easy to blend this one. Like with some, you can put it all around your face, and by the time you get to the last area, it's kind of like more dried up, but this one's really easy to blend. Cool, I just made my lips freaking dry at home by putting concealer on them. Don't really advise that one. I just really like this look because I feel like it's so simple, and you know, you get like a look that will just, you know, it works every time and it's easy, and that's why I do this one. If I'm gonna rush, this one's so good. Like, you can do this blending a little bit faster. I just don't want to rush it too much for you guys, but I'm not putting on any eyeliner and stuff like that, which we all know how very wrong that can go, like extremely wrong. You're like, oh, I'm not really gonna use eyeliner today, like everything's looking good, eyeshadow's looking great. You're like, I'm not really gonna use eyeliner, or maybe I'll put on a little bit, like I'll just be sparing with the eyeliner, and then before you know it, you are like this, and your eyeliner takes over your entire face, and it's like Cleopatra vibes, and then there's no going back, and suddenly you've got like a gothic look to go to the Asda. Okay, to set that bad boy, we are literally, I broke this in the tube, fun fact. Yana, it's dirty. We're just gonna literally use this powder from the Ultimate Face Palette from Primark, which I do think is discontinued. I love using products that discontinued so you guys can't buy them. It's just the kind of girl that I am, you know. But I do like using like a palette so that it's got like a lot of things in it if I'm in a rush. Like, that just makes my life so much easier. And I will link down below a very similar one from NYX because I'm still a little bit nice. Okay, just kind of setting under the eye. Yo, what is that little guy? Like, when I'm in a rush, I don't really have time to do. Me and this brush aren't friends anymore. Where did that come from? Like, how did you get dirt on you? BRB. Okay, I have no idea how and or why that happened and why there was black in my powder brush, and now that I'm trying to find it or get it out, I can't, so that was weird. But as I was trying to say, when you're in a rush, like in the morning, that would have been a freaking mare. Okay, that's it. This brush has got to go. Okay, we got ourselves a new brush. Preferably get yourself a powder brush that doesn't have black in it. And this one's super cute and marble. Now, a little bit more powder. I feel like I don't have time for setting in the morning, so I like to use a powder that I can just slap on. Putting that on my eyes because I did put my foundation onto my eyes. Ain't got no time to set the eyes properly. Bam. Okay, once you have put powder on your face, just gonna go ahead and grab any kind of a bronzer brush. This once again is from the powder Bleu range from Real Techniques, which I do use really often. I love their brushes. They're just fluffy and I find that they blend really well. And again, we're just going to go in with the same palette, which you can see is really well loved. Clearly that shade. And because I'm a rebel, I just freaking mix the two together. One's supposed to be for sculpting and one's for bronzing. But when I'm in an autumnal rush, boo, I don't have time for that. So I'm just getting some of both. And I'm just going to go ahead and bronze up the cheeks. You rather want to build this up. You don't want to be going like this. You want to sweep it and almost like make it a slightly more light motion. And I know at times you might be like, that's not really doing much, but you rather want to just keep doing that and build it up so that it doesn't get like clumpy. And if you have like powder underneath it, it'll blend a little bit more easily versus if you just go straight onto your foundation, it'll often get like stuck, and that's when you get like clumpy splodges of bronzer, which we don't want. I love these little like Alice bands, cute Alice bands. I need a new one. If you guys know where you can get some super cute ones like for Halloween / Christmas, let me know. I have seen a Primark, but I didn't really see anything that I liked. Just taking a contouring brush and dipping it a little bit into both of those shades again. And just lightly going over the nose area. You want to be kind of gentle with the way you do that, otherwise you can end up looking like you just got burnt. Might have happened to me. And then just lightly going over the cheekbone just to define that a little bit more. Getting him snatching your face beat. Okay, and then just a little dot under the mouth to accentuate the lips. Boo, sweet. I'm just going to take the same fluffy brush again and just kind of dust that off the nose slightly. And there we go. Kind of done everything in a weird order, but you know what? It doesn't really matter because when you're in a rush, you just do whatever you see. So next up, I'm going to go and put on some of my favorite all-time sleek blush. And this is in the shade Rose Gold. If you've been watching my videos... Okay, cool. There was a hair in my eye. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you will know that I really love this blush so much. I just think it's such a good medium between a pink and like a golden kind of a tone. I just feel like it gives me life and doesn't make me flat, which some more matte blushes can do. I'm not gonna lie, I literally love this brush. This is just a powder brush from Primark and it's like the perfect blush brush. I always use it for my blush. And you want to kind of put it onto the apples and also bring it up like the cheekbone so it doesn't look like a circle, like, you know, the way that they draw a cartoon. That's not the blush we're wanting. Now that that is done, we are just going to go ahead and put on some highlighter. And I quite like this guy, which is not a powder highlighter, a cream highlighter in the winter. I feel like I don't like to always layer on too many powders. So this little cream bad boy is also from Sleek. And he is in the shade, oh no, pink. Is that a shade? And this is called the Strobe Dome. I'll take it out the pack and just show you. It's more of like a champagne color, so not really too sure why it's called pink. It's freaking the cutest little thing I've ever seen. And this actually... I can't remember where I got this. I think it was in a PR package from an event that I went to. And what I just like to do is dip my finger in this and then dot it on my face and kind of blend it out. I just really like the color of this, and like it's got such a good glow for cream. I really do rate Sleek's makeup. I like it. It's like an oldie but a goodie. Like one of the first brands I ever used, and like one that I don't see myself stopping to use soon. And I feel like they aren't spoken about enough. I don't know how this has happened, but I already look highlighted. Oh, it's because of my beaut freaking blush. Okay, just getting that on there. I mean, I feel like that's such a nice highlight. I really do enjoy that. Okay, I'm gonna go back and use that again on the eyes, but not quite yet. Oh, you fucking... Guys, the dome. I cut the dome with the lid. Oh my god, rookie error. That really irks me, but okay. At least we have evidence of how it looked before that happened. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is we're just going to tame these brows. Now in the morning, this is one of the main things that I feel like I don't have time to do. And I'm lucky in the sense that my eyebrows are dark anyway. I wasn't graced with too much of a sparse pair. So if I didn't really do too much, it would be okay. But what I just like to do is brush them out like you've seen there. And then once again, I'm going to take this trusty pack and I just kind of blend together these two brown colors, put it on the brush and just kind of run that mostly through the ends of the brows and a little bit of the lighter shade. I don't want to call this a tip, in whatever, at the front of the brow. And then just to set those in place and protect them from a blustery day, I'm going to put on some eyebrow gel. And I don't know where this one's from. Let me try to see. The thing's rubbed off. I think it's from MUA, but I will try and link it down below for you guys. It's from Superdrug and it's literally like £3 and it's the only one that I use at the moment. I really rate it. It is dangerous though because it is a dark color. I feel like I've got a clear one called Brow Coat, which I need to try, and I need to do that soon because this tool is dangerous, especially if you're like on the tube, which I don't know if anyone else does this, but if I'm in a rush I often do like my foundation or something at home and then leave some stuff to when I'm on the tube, and if I need to use this brow gel, it's very dangerous. Okay, next we're going to move on to the eye portion of the look, which is my personal favorite part because I feel like it looks like it took you so much longer to do this than it actually does. I literally take a maximum of 3 colors, normally 2, and blend them onto the eyes, and they are freaking autumnal. Like, the colors remind me of a leaf, which really makes me happy. Autumn is my favorite season, and at least 50% of that is because of the colors of the leaves and like the rustling leaves and just leaves in general. I'm just leaf crazy. So we are going to be using this NYX Fire palette. I'm sure you guys have heard me speak about this before. This is part of the In Your Element range. There's like 4 of the elements: fire, water, wind and earth. And these are the colors, and I just feel like they are so super autumnal, and these are literally so pigmented, so I feel like they're so good if you're in a rush because you only need the smallest amount. So what we are going to be using is a little combination of, generally speaking, I use these 2 shades at the top, which is number 1 and 2, and then sometimes I use a little bit of yellow and red, but for today we're going to be using more of the rust shade. To start off with, I'm also just going to use the brush from the Real Techniques Powder Bleu range, this eyeshadow brush. This is my favorite eyeshadow brush. I highly recommend it. Hello. And then I'm just going to dip into that rusty color and get blending. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see a little bit more. I just like to start on the outer corner of the eye and kind of like pack it more where I want the color and then blend it inwards. Honestly, I can't tell you guys how easy this is, and I feel like it's really difficult to make a mistake because I'm being so messy and boisterous with it, and it just always ends up looking fine. Just packing that in the corner again. I do want to just deepen up the outer corner a little bit more, so I'm going to take this brown shade over here and just pop that in the outer corners on top of the rust color. Like, the techniques I'm using here are nothing special. Like, I'm doing it the way you probably shouldn't do it, but I just wanted to demonstrate that this can be done in a rush. Bish. Bosh. Just taking a clean eyeshadow brush. This one's from Primark. It's not my favorite one. The hairs are a little bit rougher, but I need a clean brush, and this is the one that I could find. Then I'm just going to go into this kind of like a goldy, I don't really know what to call it, like a goldish yellow shade. And I'm just going to pack that on the inner corner and kind of bringing it onto the shadows on the outside. And concentrating most of it on the inner corner so that that part stays like quite crisp and like pigmented because we're going to blend the other two together. Hello? Can't see my brush. Just want to get a little bit more of that rusty shade. Pack it onto the outer corners and just blend it in a little bit more. And boom, Bob is your uncle for the shadow. Like, that is so easy in my opinion. I'm just gonna grab this little brush, which is from the Body Shop, and what I'm actually gonna do is take the same dome from Sleek, put my brush on that little bad boy and pick up some of the highlighter, and we're going to use that on the inner corner of the eye just to make the look pop a little bit more. It just says, yo, wake up. Just taking yet another brush, and we're just going to do underneath the eye. So again, I'm just going to be using that rust color to keep it simple, and I'm going to use a little bit of, oh, I can't really see it there, this like orangey rust color too, just to like bring the look together. Putting the darkest color on the outer corner of the eye, and keeping this fairly close to the actual eye because I'm not wearing any eyeliner and because I don't want to get a lot of fallout, assuming I've already done my foundation. And then just finishing that off with a dot of the light yellow tone. For mascara, I'm literally just using my False Lash Effect mascara from Primark. I really rate this one. I use it really often and I found like it's not clumpy, and I've used a lot more expensive mascaras that are clumpy. I think this retails for £2 or like £1.50. It's a crazy. I'll show you guys the difference between the eyelashes before and after I put the mascara on. I like to layer it on because I'm not wearing any falsies. These are the lashes afterwards and these are lashes before. I really feel like this is a really nice mascara, and I will definitely be purchasing this again. Primark. Now, I'm not going to be putting a lot of this on the lower lashes at all, just a little bit because I have quite a dark color underneath there. I don't want to leave it completely bare, but I don't want a lot because I don't like it when I get a lot of potential for blackness underneath my eye, and I want to keep my face quite bright. So just a small little snickle, literally, that's going to do the trick. I just feel like that's going to give you a little bit more of a youthful glow and not make you look too tired. And okay, I haven't spoken about this on my channel before just because I try to use as much cruelty-free makeup as I can, and I try not to repurchase things that I don't need to, and I go out of my way to look for substitutes for things. But the one thing I have not found a substitute for is the MAC Spice lip liner. It's like the best lip liner of all time. I actually saw Gemma Louise Miles, another YouTuber, speaking about this, and she was like, this is like my holy grail lip liner, and I was like, yes girl, that is my one too. It's just the perfect autumnal shade. I'm sorry, the end is sabotaged because I use it often, but it's such a nice like neutral, like a dark neutral color. Anyway, we're going to be putting this on the lips, and then we're going to be using quite a moist lipstick on top of it. I don't like using that much like matte liquid lick. I'm coining that. That's my phrase. Okay, we're not going to use too much of that guy because it makes me dry and my lips are already dry, and I feel like it's so much easier to put on like a lipstick that is not too dark and quite like is creamy. It just blends really easily and you have less chance of fucking it up basically. So let's just go ahead and get started. I like to start with the top of the lip and do like a cross over the top of my lips. That helps me get the right shape, in case any of you are looking for a cool tip from an obvious makeup artist. And there we go, that's kind of giving me my my borders to work with. My lips are like a crusty freaking like Sahara desert. I can't even understand why they're so dry. It's just like suddenly out of nowhere they're like book dry. And again, I'm not really going to overline these just because if you are trying to do a look quickly and if it's like your before work autumn vibe, when you overline it's a lot easier to make a mistake in my opinion. So I try to keep it a little bit more cash and it leaves less room for error. So then on top of that bad boy, we're going to be using the PS Luster lipstick. This is in the shade, I think it's Toast, and this is Velvet Touch. I do have the like toast one as well, which is very similar, but I've been using it, so it's in one of my bags. We couldn't find it. This is kind of how it looks. It's very creamy, easy to blend, and I just feel like it doesn't really dry my lips out too much, and it smells like vanilla. Also, it's 90p. Can't really go wrong with that, and it is the perfect shade to go on top of Spice. They're actually like practically the same color. Oh girl, do you know what we've forgotten to do? I forgot the setting spray. For setting spray, I've been using the Rimmel #Insta Fix and Go 2-in-1 primer and setting spray, and I just feel like this helps to lock my makeup in. Ah, that smells heavenly. And there you guys have it. That is literally my go-to autumn makeup look. I feel like it is just so easy to do, and it's really versatile. Like, you can switch up the lip or switch out one of the eyeshadow colors, and it just makes my life so easy if I need to get somewhere quickly and I just want to look a little bit more fresh. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do let me know. I want to make videos that you guys enjoy, obviously, and makeup is one of my favorite things. I will have a bunch of Halloween makeup tutorials coming out next weekend. You can look out for the first Halloween look, and I'm really excited to bring that to you guys. But if you are less of a Halloween sister and want more of a chilled autumn vibe, here you have it. I will link as many of the products as I can that I've used today in the description bar for you guys, so if you want to purchase anything yourself, it'll be down below. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!